Hey foodies. This is a new casserole that I made, which is now a new favorite. It's so healthy, y'all, and it's super good. I'm going to show you the alternatives you can use to what I did. But if you want to see how I made this, stay tuned. So for this, y'all, I use the Eckrich Farms turkey sausage. I'm just slicing it really thin because I'm going to fry this in the pan so I can get a really crispy topping as you saw in the picture. And I'm just putting this in a bowl and setting this to the side. Next, I'm going to rinse and cut up this cabbage. I only had a half a cabbage left, so that's why I decided to make a casserole. But normally, I would say use a full head of cabbage. If you have a deep baking dish, you can use 2 full heads of cabbage so that you can layer. Unfortunately, I thought I was going to be able to layer with a half a head of cabbage. I don't know why I thought that, child, but it didn't happen, which you'll see later. But here, I'm just washing it off, and I'm going to set this to the side. Boom. Jalapeno. If you want a little spice, you don't have to add this. You can make this your green peppers or red peppers that you want to add to it. I didn't have any, so I just want a little spice, so I'm chopping that up, and I'm going to push that to the side. Next, we have some fresh parsley. And y'all, all the ingredients I'm using is because this was already in my refrigerator, but you can add whatever you want to add to this. I like fresh parsley, so boom, let's get this thing going. So I'm chopping that up really finely, so to give it a pretty little garnish. I love a pretty meal. Okay, so now this is gonna be for my corn. This is going to be for the cabbage. And this is going to be to saute the turkey. Okay, y'all, so if you can see, I only put a little bit of water in there. You see how much water I got? It's like, girl, that's not a lot at all. It's not. And the reason why I don't put a lot of water in the pot is because the corn is frozen, so once it cooks down, the water from it being frozen is going to fill up the pot, so I don't want too much water. So boom, we have that, and now I'm going to season the water. I really only have this water so that I'm not putting dry seasoning in the pot, so this water is really just helping me create a broth for my my corn. Okay, cool. So I got my seasonings in there. I used this complete seasoning. Like I said, I normally use bouillon base cubes. I can never say that right, but y'all know what I mean. So I put that in there, some ground black pepper, and same thing with salt. And now I'm about to add a tablespoon of butter. And again, I'm still not gonna add my corn yet. I'm gonna wait till that gets nice and melted. And once that starts smelling, it really already smells good. Yeah, once that's all melted down and stuff, then I'm going to add the corn. And what I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna let the corn cook down and just keep tossing the corn in the broth, I guess, and letting it coat it. And that's why I only put a little bit of water in here, because I wanted the seasoning to be really, really concentrated. So right now, if I were to taste this, it probably would taste super salty, super buttery, but that's good because when the corn cooks down, the water that's going to come out of the corn is going to make this like the perfect amount of seasoning. You get what I'm saying? And then we're just going to go ahead and pour our corn in. I'm just eyeing it, but I would say 2 cups. Swish it around. See that? Ooh, so swish it around, swish it around, swish it around. You letting it coat with all that butter and seasoning. Boom. And then we just gonna put the top on it and let that do its thing. So our pan is hot. We're gonna go in with some olive oil. Boom. Okay, cool. So our pan is hot. I'm gonna turn her down. The reason why I want it hot is because I want some burnt edges on mine. Let's hear it. Ooh, ooh. So here, y'all, I'm just adding the turkey sausage to the hot pan, and basically just in a circular motion. I like mine crispy. If you don't like it crispy, that's okay. But I like mine to be really crispy. I'm stirring that corn too so that my broth can get all over it. And now I'm just flipping the turkey sausage so it can brown on both sides. Okay, y'all. So I got my pan heated. I'm low-key annoyed because I put my turkey sausage on the eye to cool down and then realized that I turned on the wrong eye and like it started heating up. Yeah, so I basically burnt my turkey sausage and there it is. So we're gonna make some more, but for now let's get this cabbage going. So we're gonna start with some olive oil, a good amount. Throw a little more for my dead homies. Boom. We're gonna start with some olive oil, and now this is gonna be a quick toss because I just want to saute it lightly, and I want no soggy cabbage. And then we're gonna add some garlic that we cut up. Remember, that's 3 cloves. Ooh, that smells so good. And now I'm just gonna start adding cabbage. Ooh, spicy. She's a little feisty because it's water. Okay, boom. That's sauteing down. Now we're gonna add some parsley, a lot of it. For that too. All right, y'all. I took it off the heat and I just added some ground black pepper and salt. Okay, y'all, so this looks like it's just enough for 1 layer, barely. So I would say use 1 head of cabbage. Well, really you can use 2. It just depends on, yeah, use 2. It just depends on how thick and how many layers you want. So I thought I was gonna have a lot of layers and clearly I'm not. So yeah, I'm about to go and fill this up and layer it with cheese and all that. I'll be back. Okay, y'all, this is what it looks like. Spread it out. Again, this is a half a cabbage sauteed. I'm sure it would have took up more room if I would have boiled the cabbage, but since I sauteed it, it's a lot smaller. And now I'm about to add a layer of cheese. Voila. You can put as much cheese as you want to, but that's just the layer I'm putting. And here I'm just scooping and dumping my corn wherever I want it to. I'm just trying to distribute it evenly. Okay, so I lined up my corn. Again, you can add as much as you want to. That's just what it looks like. And now I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese. And that's what it looked like, covered in cheese. And now we're gonna go ahead and add the turkey sausage. Yo, these are so good by itself. I like the crispy part because it tastes like bacon. For this, you can lay your turkey sausage in whatever pattern you want to, child. If you want to spell your name, that's fine. I'm just spreading it out. Okay, y'all, so I put them all in there. Boom, and I threw a little extra cheese on top just because I wanted to add that look. Once it's done baking, I'm about to put some aluminum foil on it and put it in the oven. I heated the oven to 325. We really just want the cheese to melt because everything is cooked, so yeah. Then we're gonna add this extra parsley that I cut. For the garnish. Because I love color to food. Yeah, that looks good. And voila! You have this beautiful casserole, y'all. It was so freaking good. I sent it to some of my friends and they was jealous. And that's what we want. I want you to want the food. I love cabbage, so I love using cabbage for casseroles. I made a meal last week. It was a seafood stew with cabbage. It was so good. So, if you want something that's hearty, but you want the bulk of it to be healthy, I feel like cabbage is a great thing to use. I love corn. You can add any vegetables, red peppers, bell peppers, onions, all of that. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Peace, y'all.